Hello and welcome to this video training. In this video training, we're going to be looking at how to create mockups on Pixellab, how to create colorful mockups on Pixellab. Because I really noticed that many people want to create mockup and they always use websites and all kind of things to create mockups. But there's a simpler way of creating mockups on your Pixellab, and it's going to be very unique and very beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to be using flyer designs, some of my flyer designs, to create the effects. Now I just go and after saving up the flyer design, I'll just go into my app and search for the flyer design I want to do, flyer design I want to create a mockup for. So let's take, for example, this is the flyer design I want to create. This particular flyer design I want to create a mockup for. What I'm going to do is just I'm going to import the flyer design like this. I'm just going to import it into my app just like this. I'm going to put it in the center. You can see I put it in the relative position in the center. Now after this, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the background and change the background color to a particular color from inside this flyer. So I'm going to tap on this plus sign here, tap on the plus sign, and then I'm going to tap on this icon here. That's the icon I use to choose color. So I'll look for the image and pick a color. So let's say, for example, I pick this blue color. And then when I pick the blue color, you can see that. So the blue color, if it was the blue color I wanted to use, I would have used that. But since I don't want to use that, I will go and pick the second color. And the second color is this particular color. Alright, so I'm going to pick in this second color. So if this is what I want, I can decide to just save this design and save it to my phone. So let's create another one. Let's create another one that's going to be more beautiful than the very first one we did. Okay, let me see. I think this should be better. Okay, let's do this. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing for this. I'm just going to put it in the center. Now I'm going to change the background color to one of the colors inside this design. Okay, so let's just go in there. So this is the design, right? I can't choose this one, it's not bright, so I'm going to choose let me choose this color from here. So let me zoom in properly so I can choose. I want to choose this particular color. Alright, no, color I want to choose is this. Okay, this is the color I want to choose. You can see that it's changing here, so that's the color. So I'll click on OK and click on OK. So can you see now? You can see now that it has brought out the color that I want. So this is just a simple way of creating mockup. So let's say I can still come here and tune the color to make it more beautiful. So can you see now? So I can decide to just save this also like this, and I'll save it to my app. And there's something else I do. I can decide to just rotate it like this. Just rotate it like this and save it up to my app. So after rotating it like this, I'm going to just create a very small shadow that I can put beneath, just down here. You understand? So let's look at how we can create the shadow. So if I want to create a shadow on my app, all I have to do is just create a shape like this. After creating the shape, I'm going to increase the radius like this, and then I'll add in a stroke. After adding a stroke, I'm going to go down here and increase the blur radius. So after then, I'll just click on OK. After clicking on OK, I'll just add in my color. So the color will be black color definitely, and then I'm going to add in my shadow also, my shadow and blur the radius of the shadow, and also my inner shadow. Alright, so now I've succeeded in doing this like this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see how I can reduce the opacity of everything. After reducing the opacity like this, I can just decide to put it down where I want it to be. So that is just a very simple way of how I create shadows, because you are making this thing feel like it's on a particular ground, right? So you are going to create a shadow to make it more lively. Alright, so let's tap on the shadow again, make it better like this. Alright, so this should be better like this. Okay, so let's reduce the opacity. So let's remove one of the shadows from there. Okay, so we can add the opacity back just like this. Let's reduce the opacity a little bit, because okay. Alright, so this is it. So I've created this second one. So I can go ahead and keep on creating more mockups just like this. So let's say, for example, I go into my app and I get just another design. So let me look for another design that is more attractive. Okay, I don't think I have designs over here and more. Okay, I don't have more here. But that is the same method I used to create every single design. You see. Okay, this is another design. Yeah, it's here. Okay, this is another one. So the same thing again I'm going to use for this one. I'll just put it in the center again and change the color to the yellow color that is at the background. So that's the same method I use for every single design that you see. You can see that's just the same method. So for this I'll just put it in the center, and that's all. So this is the same method I use to create every single mock-up that I create. If you go into my gallery, let me go to my gallery and show you. Alright, so if you go into my gallery, you're going to see all the designs I create. If you look at this, you can see that the color of the background, it is this particular color that is here. So that is just how I create every single mock-up on my app alone. So you can see that also the same color, the pink color here is the color that is also at the background. So this is a very simple way of creating mock-ups, because when you create mock-ups like this, it makes your design more attractive even than when I just rotated the design. And this, okay, let me explain how I got that particular effect, because I know some people might not understand that. Okay, so for that particular effect I just placed this one here like this, and then I copy this design. After copying it, I reduce the size a little bit and copy it again. So I place this one at the center here, took it to the back, place this one also at the center and also took it to the back. So for this I reduce the opacity like this, and this one also I reduce the opacity. So let's say I use 50-50 for both of them. Alright, so that's just how I created the particular effect that I used for that one. So that's just how I did it. So let's try to make this one a little bit darker. So that was just how I created the particular effect I used for that design. So that's just how to create mock-ups for your design, and it makes your design very attractive, extremely attractive. So that will be all for this particular video training. I hope you learned from this. If you learned anything, just drop down a comment, and if you have any problem with any particular thing, you can just drop it in the comment and I will make a video on it. Thank you very much for watching.